Welcome everyone to the Old Head Show. This is
Real.
your boy D. I got this ugly ass dude next to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not next to him. He a lying. See, he lying already.
I'm talking about on the screen. I
He
ain't talking about
lying
person.
already.
I ain't talking about person. I don't need him in person with me. We just talk about on the screen next to me. I don't know why he keeps saying naming himself your favorite podcaster, because that ain't it. But you know, we in here again this week. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 weeks in a row. He done crawled out his rock. He was ducking me for a long time. But it's all good. So we back in here, man.
Let's be clear, folks, about what happened, so he don't put out no half truths. They'll say a time, and they won't. I say, somebody will say, "Hey, y'all want to do a podcast at this time?" Now, in my world, you got to say yes or no. I don't need no thumbs up. I need clear communication. So a couple times I ain't show up.
Got all excuses in the world.
I ain't lie. One time I went to sleep.
No, this ain't right. You did it like 2 or 3 times.
One time I went to sleep.
This motherfucker,
homies, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm not old. I'm a little older, but like I kind of go to sleep. I might go to sleep a little early, sometimes. But it's easy for my well, I ain't gotta go into why I'm available, but I'm available. I got, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all miss me.
Yeah, they really don't.
They miss me. I know the world miss me. They wish. No, saying that there. But yeah, man.
But yeah, so we gonna touch a couple topics real quick, man. Let's which way you want to start? You want to start NBA? You want to start NFL? Which one you want to touch on? Well, tackle first.
That wasn't what you think. You thought you were loaded Lux.
Nah, that's you. You about to get this work. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lux, but my guys is sort of free to wave, man. Y'all free to wave.
He locked up, right?
Yeah, he been locked up for some years.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched battle rap years ago. Kind of got into it a little bit years ago. Then I'm just kind of like, matter of fact, the battles I've been watching here late, I'm not sure if they new battles or they old, because like Loaded Lux and Charlie Clips is on there. I'm like, them dudes was battling like 15 years. I don't know if they still battle rap or not. They still
every now and then. Excuse me, every now and then they do. But so let's go ahead and get NFL, since it's really only 1 or 2 topics. Ex-NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgwater has suspended from his job as a high school football coach over what a lot of people deem to be some bullshit. I think it's bullshit too, but I don't know all the facts, so I reserve judgment to a certain degree. But what do you think? The fact that he was suspended for doing what he was doing, or alleged to have done what he done?
Well, ain't no alleged. He said he did it.
Okay.
So yeah, ain't no alleged. He said he did it. I think I would say this. This reminded me of it was a long running a congressman, a black dude. I think his name was John Lewis. I might be wrong. He had a book called Good Trouble. He had a book called Good Trouble. So now I don't know the entire scope of what Teddy Bridgewater got suspended for, but based on what I know, which is the little bit that I know, I think he deserved to get suspended because he did break the rules. But I would say I don't believe he's right, but this would probably fall under good trouble, meaning he was paying for Ubers for kids, paying for what do you call it? I can't remember what it's called.
I saw he say he paid to get the field spray painted. He was praying for meals.
Yeah, like the field spray painted ain't nothing. I mean, so that ain't gonna get you. No, I'm saying that's not what's gonna get him suspended. Stuff that's gonna get him what probably got him suspended is the stuff he did related to the kids. Paying for Ubers, I think you said paying for food. He paid for like recovery treatments, or I'm not sure. You know, that could be a million different things in terms of sports. It could have been as simple as paying for them to go somewhere and use some Normatec boots for an hour each or something like that. So if he is breaking the rules of their athletic association, or their governing body for Florida high school sports, should he be suspended? I would say yes, but I think that based on my understanding of what he supposedly have done, his heart was in the right place, but your heart can be in the right place and still what you're doing can be wrong, and that don't really just because your heart is in the right place, it don't really give you the right to color outside the lines and not expect anything to happen.
Man, again, I'm with you. I don't know everything they said he's done. In my opinion, it's some bullshit. I will agree. If the rules state that he can't do any of that stuff, all right, he broke the rules. Got it. I'm not can't take that away from him. But I think it's bullshit to, in my personal opinion, excuse me, like you said, good trouble, whatever how you phrased it. If the man is doing something to help this team, he's not hurting these kids. He's not doing it to like recruit kids, anything like that, or take kids from different places, or just paying for kids and stuff like that. I don't see nothing wrong with that, man. Like clearly he was doing it because the school can't afford it. The district can't afford it. So he's a man of means who has it and he's spreading his wealth. I don't see anything wrong with it.
That don't
I
mean
think
it's right. Oh, go ahead.
I'm,
My bad. I thought you was
I'm
done.
not, I'm not saying that what he did is right or wrong. I'm not I'm not giving judgment on it. Like I said, I started saying, like, I agree with you. If it shows in the rules that he cannot do A, B, and C, then yeah, he broke the rules. Hey man, I think it's crazy to punish somebody who's actually trying to benefit the actual kids.
Hey, rules are rules, man.
Joy Taylor was fired by Fox Sports,
Damn,
and
it hurt me.
Manuel Acho, the facility show, was canceled also. What do you think, or just hypothetically, what you possibly think, led to those decisions?
Did you say Acho got fired?
His show, I don't know if he was fired, but his show was canceled.
I
The
mean, I
show he
would get
does
if
with,
I had to guess. If I had to guess, um, the show getting canceled, I would guess it had something to do with ratings. And with Joy Taylor getting fired, again, this is just a guess. I would think it had a combination. I would think it was a combination of things. I don't remember what happened when the whole lawsuit thing came out, and they were saying she slept her way to the top, and all the stuff that she was. I don't remember if she ever came out and denied any of it. I don't recall. I was like not like into it like that. But I want to say this: if she didn't, this was probably an opportunity for Fox to get away from to get her out of there. You know what I mean? Like if they felt like whatever happened as a result of that lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever came out I don't know if I can't remember if all that stuff was in the lawsuit or if it just like, you know what I'm saying, like started with the lawsuit and then you know what I'm saying, sometimes some start with this and then people just start talking about, oh well, they also blah blah blah. So I don't know which way it was, but if I had to guess, that's probably why she's out of there. She was probably on the rise, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing or whatever. And then all this came out, but they can't like they probably were looking for a way to fire her without being liable for lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? Without being able to be sued. And I'm guessing that the ratings were low, and this was their opportunity to say, "Hey, the ratings are low. You got to go." You know what I'm saying? I never watched. I never watched the show. That show
Yeah,
was kind of annoying a little bit.
very.
Yeah, I never really watched the show, so I can't say it was a bad show or nothing like that. But that's why I think she got fired. And you know what I'm saying? With him, he probably a victim of a little bit of her too. You know what I'm saying, in terms of some of the blowback, because it also got exposed when that situation happened that they were in some sort of relationship or what was the thing with August Alsina and Jada
Entanglement.
Pinkett? Yeah. There was just sort of entanglement or something,
Yeah.
and that maybe he was using his influence at Fox try to help her get in places, and so, but he ain't did enough to smut the name to get fired. They probably just said, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I think happened.
As of right now, as far as I know, if he wasn't fired. Now, granted, I haven't checked it since I came up with the topic or whatnot, or I put it on the list. But yeah, her, I think it's possible. What you said, they tried to get from underneath all that stuff. I never saw her come out and even talk about it either as well, as far as the lawsuit or whatever. But I think it could have something to do with it, and they just waited a while to not make it seem like they fired her because everything came out. Like you say, his show, it could be ratings. I don't know. Like I said, I've never set up and just watched a whole episode of his show because one, I don't like how he talk. As far as he talk like he knows everything about sports, and like, bro, you wasn't the man when you played, and I don't like Shady McCoy either. I don't like Shady McCoy.
Come off as condescending.
And then Shady talk like he's the greatest player ever played. He always try to talk about what somebody can't do or didn't do. They wasn't it. I'm like, bro, you was good in your prime, but you was never that guy. You was never a top 5 running back in the league at any year in the league. So? I could be wrong.
Did he lead the league in the league? I mean, did he lead the league in rushing 1 year?
I'd have to go back. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the years that he was in the league and see how it matched up. But as far as I can think of, that's off the top of my memory, I can never recall Shady being a top 3 to 5 running back in the league. I could be wrong. Even with the times he talked about when he a champion, he got his ring. Nobody even really remember you being on the teams. Nobody even know you was on the teams the years you got them 2 rings. You got 2 rings by just being, as he can say, a jag. You just a guy, just another guy. You got 2 rings for being just another guy, and then you want to get on these social, well, you're not social media, you going to get on TV and talk like you was that guy. Shady. Let me tell you, boy, Blue, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Ain't nobody come to see you, Shady. Your family, maybe. But the fans won't come to see you, Shady.
You don't when you was in Philly,
when you was in Philly, wasn't nobody come to see you, Shady. They came to see
him. He was an All-Pro twice.
Who was going to see him? They wasn't going to see him. I ain't know.
And you know, I don't like the Eagles like at all. Like I hate the Eagles. I hate the Eagles, bro.
I know a couple Eagles fans. I know probably good about 7 or 8 Eagles fans. I ain't never in my life seen that one on world number 25 jersey. Ever. I ain't never seen it.
Wrong though. I'm not gonna act like I'm no Eagles aficionado. I hate the Eagles. So
put it like this: when people think of the Philadelphia Eagles, they probably can name about 20 people before they get to Shady McCoy. Ain't nobody thinking about no Shady McCoy. People gonna think about T.O. before they think about Shady McCoy. And T.O. wasn't there but 2.5 years.
I ain't realized he was there that long.
He was there for 1 year. He was there for a year that I can remember that I don't think they did anything. Then the year they went to the Super Bowl, he was there. And they got rid of him. So he may only been there a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years tops, I'm going to say maybe. I could be, y'all. I'm just talking shit. But they going to think about T.O. before they think about Shady McCoy. They going to think about Donovan McNabb. They going to think about Mike Vick. They going to think about, hell, they going to even think about, they definitely going to think about Jalen Hurts before Shady. They going to think,
you got beef with him, huh?
The guy that, who's the quarterback when they won the Super Bowl?
Nick Foles. Is it Foles or Folks? Nick Foles.
Whoever the quarterbacks was, then they're gonna think about this. They think about Shady. They're gonna think about Eric Allen before him. They're gonna think about Devontae Smith before they think about. Ain't nobody thinking about. They're gonna think a long, hard time before they get to Shady McCoy. They're gonna think about it for a long time. Did you know he played in Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you gotta think about it. That's how I know ain't nobody going to Tampa to see him. They went to go see TB12.
The only reason I'm saying I knew is because I literally was just looking it up. Like looking up his stats. I wouldn't if you had asked me that 5 minutes ago, I'd be like, hell, I don't know if he played there or not.
That's what I'm saying. He got a ring. He got a ring being on the team just for being there. He ain't did shit.
He won a Super Bowl out there?
Yeah, he ain't did shit.
Hey,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Hey,
He ain't
man.
played. Leonard Fournette was the lead guy and the running back over there. He got a ring playing with Kansas City with the Chiefs. Ain't nobody go see him in no Kansas City.
He was a shell of himself in Kansas City.
Did you know he played for the Bills? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Say the one shit.
Again, you can't ask me that because I was just looking at his stats, so I know this now. But 10 minutes before we had this conversation, I might have would have remembered because I might have would have remembered.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. I know this. I know he played for your team because he was a bum. He really was good. I ain't gonna lie and say he was a bum, but he's a bum compared to what I want to say right now. He's a bum, and I hate that he get on TV and talk like he was that guy. That's why you ain't never get no gold jacket, Shady. You ain't never get no gold jacket.
Now I ain't gonna say he was a Hall of Fame running back.
Hey, that boy not gonna get no jersey retired. He probably only gonna get a jersey retired in high school. That's it. They ain't gonna retire his jersey in college. Don't nobody know where he went to school.
He went to Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah,
Now don't quote me on that. Let me look and see. I think he went to Pittsburgh.
It don't matter. It don't even matter. Point is, I understand why they canceled that show. Acho's terrible. Shady terrible. Your show had to be the race. It had to get canceled. On top of you putting yourself out there dealing with George Taylor, yeah, I'm gonna cancel this show. Like Bubba Dub said, trash. I'm with Bubba Dub, trash.
They was in they probably when they was on their other show, Speak for Yourself or Speak whatever, their ratings was probably doing good for that time slot. But when you go, I don't know what time slot they was on. I feel like they was on during the day. But you know what I'm saying? Different time slots, they have different expectations of ratings. You know what I'm saying? Especially how much they put into your show. I know this wasn't on the topic list, but it's a lot of black people out there on RGIII. Hey, boy, that boy bad.
I'm with Shaq. Slap him in his goddamn mouth. He need to shut the fuck up. Fuck RG3, man.
Man, I can't even.
I know you was coming to Cash in Defense the other week when I called up bitch. RG3's a bitch for real. He's a real
man.
bitch.
You can call a man that. If you call another man that, all right. But I mean, like RG3. Like I was saying this when he was on ESPN. I used to be like, man, it seemed like he trying too hard. Like that don't seem. I always felt like he was trying too hard. Like it just seemed like he would be in the back. Like, let me in. You know what I'm saying? Like they talking about the pregame. When they when you're having your production meeting about the topics and all of that. It seemed like he'd be like, let me insert some blackness right here, a little bit. And that might be his personality. But when I watch him on TV, it never felt natural. Like I don't know if you know who Mark Jones is. He one of the play-by-play guys in the NBA. I can't stand that dude. He like an older version of RG3 to me. Maybe not the same, but like it's like he go on he like a probably 50 some odd year old Canadian black dude. It's like he either listen to rap music or go on Twitter or X, whatever, and find all the words that the young people using right now. And he try to slide them into. He's like, you don't see this kind of bump everywhere. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Ain't no 50-some-year-old man saying that. Just if you like a pro coach or something like that, you might be using the word bump. Like trainers might be using the word bump. But professional coaches are probably not saying bump. That's more of a, you know what I'm saying, a slang kind of term for hooping nowadays. I've only really heard it when I see NBA players, that kind of level, and college players talk about playing pickup basketball. They did, to me. I mean, he a cornball to me. I think RG3 a cornball too. But
I only see a cornball. I don't get no strike. I think he a coon.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that too. Yeah, you said that. But he just, I
look at
think
him
like,
and Jason Whitlock the same way. Both of them.
I think like with Angel Reese is an interesting,
Because
I don't
he
say
definitely
character.
got issues with her.
I don't think, I mean, I think like Angel Reese to me right now, well, not for the last couple years has been like almost like a black female superhero in terms of like a lot of people in the black community seem to take it personally if somebody says anything negative about her. And so like they seem like they go out of their way to, now I won't say out of their way, but they try to check people, in particular RG3. And to me, some of the things he says about her, I feel like maybe he's probably said something about her in the past that's been valid, right? But he gets crucified for it. Some of the things, but I think Angel Reese in the last 2 to 3 years is like a Fabergé egg for a lot of black people. And they want to protect her at all costs. And at times, very much, in my opinion, delusionally. Not saying that they're wrong for protecting her, but me personally, I believe in that you should always try to be as objective as possible. And if you're not being objective, then just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, if you're just gonna say, listen, I'm riding for Angel Reese no matter what, whether she right or wrong, I'm gonna come out and you know what I'm saying? That's cool. I ain't tripping on that. But I think sometimes people are not objective, but they try to say they're objective. Like in my opinion, you can never objectively say that at any point, except for maybe when Angel Reese was like a junior. Can you say that her and Caitlin Clark were closer in terms of their on-court ability? Or maybe in the last 2 years in college, for sure. Because Angel Reese wasn't, I'm not saying she wasn't good at Maryland, but she wasn't the Angel Reese at Maryland that she was at LSU. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark been averaging 27, 28 points, 7, 8 assists since she came into college. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this ain't really about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. It was really about RG3.
I think me personally,
It is.
trying to figure out the right word to say. I think some people look at her or hold her in esteem, like you said, a Fabergé egg, only because you have so many people using her to tear her down to build up Caitlin Clark. That's not everybody. I'm not saying it's everybody, but you have a lot of people who do that. They will tear her down to bring Caitlin up. You also have people who would try to tear Caitlin down to bring Angel Reese up. It goes both ways. He himself, I kind of want to say, has an identity crisis, but I'm not certain. But everything he's done, in my opinion, since he stopped playing football, has shown like he's don't know how to identify. He's like he has this complex to where, okay, everybody see me as the cornball guy. I'm the goofy guy. So let me go over the top to try to show I'm black, I'm prove I'm black. But while I'm doing that, I gotta hurt somebody on the black side so I don't lose my white side. So I think he unfairly takes shots at Angel Reese. I don't think he's objective when it comes to her. Not saying he's that way with everybody. And I agree with you. He probably have at some point said something that holds some truth and merit about her at some point. But he's said so many things that's negative and out the box about her that people missed it or overlook it.
Such as, I'm asking such as, I don't follow RG3, so I don't know what the hell he be
Oh,
saying.
I really don't. I used to. I stopped following him. Like, cause, excuse me. Like I'm with you. He does too much. He tries too hard. So the things I see from him is when it's either being reshared or it's popping up because it's trending. Because I don't go looking for him because he's not my type of guy. He's not the type of guy I like. I don't like him. I don't want to see anything about him.
I think he knows football.
We have nothing in common.
I
Well,
think he knows football. Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
say he
I'm
don't
just
know
saying me
anything
personally.
because he's an athlete. He was a world class athlete. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
think he knows football. And
he's a
I
stick.
think he's a good broadcaster.
I know. I think he's
Meaning,
terrible.
like when I say think, meaning like he articulates himself very well. He gets his points. I think he's really good. He's got good energy on TV. He can kind of flow with like, you know what I'm saying, with he can kind of keep the rhythm of what's going on in the broadcast when it's on these pregame or postgame or like halftime shows, or even when he's a color analyst doing a game. I think he's really good on TV. I just think sometimes the way he come across, he can just very come across as like just a goofball, like he trying too hard. But
Maybe
I
it could
mean,
be my biasness, but I look at him when I see him on TV or broadcast the same way you see when you see Reggie Miller. Yeah, yeah.
I just think Reggie Miller corny. I don't like hate Reggie Miller. No, I just don't want to watch it because he corny.
I don't hate him. I don't want to give him that much energy to say why I hate him, but I definitely don't like it. He's definitely somebody. If I saw somewhere, I I would be okay with fighting. I definitely
I don't know.
and let's keep it
I don't
going.
got no play. I don't got no problem with nobody like that on TV.
Yeah,
I don't know them like that. I just personally
yeah,
Reggie
yeah.
Miller and Mark Jones. They just not really. Most of these NBA folks are not for me because they find these. They find a few players. I'm not gonna say they just. It's like you got to watch them love on the star players the entire game. If he said a screen, you can't find. You don't find screens like that every day. That's textbook. I've never seen like LeBron James go down and make a regular. Oh my God. I don't. The only other person who can execute a move like that is Jesus himself. They're like, come on, man, y'all doing too much, bro. But I personally
Yeah.
like don't have no problem. Like I understand. All right, I think I understand people like RG3 more than the average black person because you got to think about RG3's life, right? The likelihood of him growing up around a lot of black people is not very high. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that he had military parents, so they moved around a lot. And when you in a military family, especially if you live on post a lot, you know what I'm saying, you tend to be around a lot of diversity. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it's a million blacks and a few white. I'm just saying it tends to, especially when you live on a post, it's gonna be diversity. It don't matter how you feel about it, and you got to think about like where I don't know where all of his places that he was stationed, but I believe the last place his people was at was Fort Hood or whatever the hell it's called now, Fort Cavazos, Fort Caravan, whatever the hell it's called. But so there's a decent chance that he spent a lot of his lifetime in mixed company, black, white, probably Hispanic, and other nationalities. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And so his flow, his rhythm may be a little bit different than the quote unquote average black person because his life experience um is
Man, you said a
probably
lot of words.
different.
He a sucker. That's what it is.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think he's corny, but I'm just saying like I could understand how the way his energy is a little bit different because he's used to being around so many different people and being there and having to move and fit into new crowds, new social norms, blah blah blah.
I ain't buying it.
I try to
I've been
shoot you some
around.
bail.
Yeah,
When
yeah, no, I ain't.
hey, listen,
I
RG,
spent 10 years in the army myself. I moved. Well, I didn't do a lot of moving when I was stationed on, but I was around a lot of mixed company, different nationality, different people. That's cool. My stepdad, when I was younger, was in the army. I lived in Fort Hood. I lived in Hawaii. I moved around different places, so I was around different people. I didn't come out like him, so that ain't got
but
nothing. In my opinion, that has nothing to do with it.
everybody, everyone, not one,
I agree
everybody
with
not
you.
raised the same,
I agree
right?
with that.
So, however, I think you said your stepdad. My apologies if I'm incorrect. But
Yeah, yeah.
how him and your mom raised y'all when y'all were in those environments might be totally different than how RG3 people raised him. And y'all might have been living in a totally separate different locations. Like maybe y'all was in the same city or same neighborhood. I mean, not neighborhood, excuse me, same city, but you know what I'm saying? One versus the other. But
Yeah, I'm just saying I ain't giving him that bill that you were giving. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
granted, that's my upbringing and how I was. Like you say, we raised totally different. Me and him was raised totally
I'm
different.
I'm
But
gonna
sure,
shoot him some bail because I
I
understand a
ain't.
little bit. I understand where he going, not where he. I understand how you could be like that as a black person because it's not about it's not you less or more of a black person. It's that you grew up a certain. And this is me assuming. I have no idea how RG3 grew up, none
Mm,
whatsoever. Hell, I couldn't even tell you what rank his parents were. I want to say his dad was a staff sergeant. I could be totally wrong. I have
His
no
dad
clue.
probably, his dad probably disappointed in him right now.
Why? Boy, he was
Yeah,
a shit.
he's a
I would
sucker.
be. I would love for my son to grow up to be like RG3.
Nah, don't say that, man. You don't want your son to be sounding like him.
Ain't
Being an
nothing
athlete,
wrong with man. Listen,
being an
I'm a
athlete, I would agree with you being a world class athlete. There's nothing wrong with that. You be proud of your kid.
shit.
The man he is today, yeah, I'll be disappointed in
He
him.
got a job. The man
He's a sucker.
appears to be a loving husband, a loving father. Take care of his family. I don't see nothing wrong with none of that.
All that does is make you a good citizen. That'll
And,
make you a good person.
shit, I don't. What else do I need from him?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't need my kid. If my son, if you tell me today, hey, you could fast forward and your kids could be RG3. Now I don't, and this again, I don't know
I'm gonna tell
RG3
you something
personally.
else.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna tell the people.
outside looking in. But you tell me, hey, your son get a job. He take care of his family. He a dedicated husband. And again, I
God,
don't know all of this to be true. I know he got a job. Dedicated family man. Appears to be. Treat his wife right. Good at what he does. I ain't got no problem with that, man. Now he might not. Black folk done made it hard for him to criticize other black people. But sometimes black people be like that. You can't criticize black people certain times, because then other black people will say you ain't black. They say I ain't
yeah,
black sometimes.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care.
Bro. I'd rather have Stephen A. Smith hairline than be like RG3.
Listen, RG3 gonna make
But
money in the broadcasting world for a very long time. He gonna
yeah,
make
I
plenty
don't know
money.
about that. Will
He gonna
Soon,
make.
we don't know.
Yeah, you're
But
right. I don't know, but I just believe he's very talented.
yeah, broadcasting, I don't think so. Sports, he was great. Either way it go, watch him out, boy. For you, Shaq done told you, and I agree with
And
Shaq.
Shaq ain't gonna
Slap,
do nothing.
slap, piss out his ass.
Why? What exactly did he say about Angel
But
Reese? Do you know?
let's move on. He's been saying a lot of things about Angel Reese, but what made Shaq say that? Well, I can say one of the things. I think he said the straw that broke the back. He was sharing memes of her looking like a monkey. Somebody created memes of her looking like monkeys, and he was going around sharing them and laughing about them and shit like that.
I would ask
I don't
Shaq.
know.
My question to Shaq would be: do you share memes? If you share memes, then why? You know what I'm saying? If you doing it, why you mad?
Shaq said to him, "Hey, enough's enough.
Shaq don't run
Stop it.
nothing.
Stop it."
Yeah,
He told
I bet he ain't gonna do nothing.
he told him if he keep it up, when he see him,
I
he
bet
gonna
he ain't
slap the
gonna.
shit
I
out of him.
bet he ain't gonna do nothing.
We gonna find out. We'll eventually
Yeah, let
find
me
out
tell
because
you something. I do it,
if they
Shaq.
keep
I bet
doing
you
it,
won't say you'll slap me,
I bet he will.
but I will invite you to slap me.
He probably would.
I invite you
And
to
be,
slap me.
and be ready to go to court behind it.
I will invite you to slap me. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna even say that. I'm gonna let you know what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, my personal opinion is RG3 a sucker. And we can move on. TJ Watt just got the bang. Or became the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So that's what it said. He just signed a 3-year, $123 million contract extension with $108 million guaranteed. Do you think he was worth that? In your opinion, you think it was a good investment?
Yeah, man. You know, edge rushers are paid at a premium. And you know, when he healthy, he one of the best in the league. He been defensive player of the year how many times already?
I don't know,
Just
but he
one.
definitely, he
One
definitely,
player of the year, four times
definitely.
all pro. You know, the position he play and what he does, you know what I'm saying? They pay you they pay you well. It would seem like it's a lot for a guy who been in the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, but he has been pretty durable. 17 games the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
15 games 2 years or three
Well,
years, and
I thought he
16
missed
games
time
2 years.
last year. I thought he was hurt last year, missed a couple games.
That's what I thought too. But
Hmm.
that's not what this is showing. Now I ain't gonna say it's 100%. That's my assumption that what I was just looking at is correct. But I think You know what I'm saying? I think you I don't want to say you gotta pay him, but I think it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You pay him, you get him locked up. Yeah, a lot of money for a guy who last year only had 11 and a half sacks. He did 4 6 fumbles though.
Yeah.
I mean, he did 4 6 fumbles. But he only
It's a
had
lot of
11 and a half
money.
sacks last year. So you're hoping that
It's a
kind of
lot
last
of money.
year normally.
Do I think he deserves his pay? It's hard to say if he do or don't. I know he's been one of the better, like you say, he's been one of the best edge rushers in the game for like at least the last 5 years for sure, if not longer. I think he deserves to be probably the highest paid, bro, highest paid player. On the it's his time, like you say. Contracts tend to always go up unless you're a running back. It's next man up unless you're a running back.
Plus, in the NFL, a lot of times in the NFL, you get paid more so for what you already done than
Oh
what you
yeah,
do in the future.
definitely.
That's not everybody, you know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks probably,
They just get paid regardless.
yeah. And maybe some other position, but a lot of guys, they tend to get paid off of it's not
Big
wide
flash.
receivers are not like that either. A lot of them, their best years are not behind them. But it would be fathomable. It would make sense to say TJ Watts. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have if he never leaves the NFL in sacks again. I wouldn't be surprised.
All I know, I wish
Sauce
the
Gardner,
Cowboys get their shit together. Cause I don't want to see damn Michael Parsons get no paycheck like that, man. Oh my god.
man, you don't think Michael Parsons? They finna break Michael Parsons off.
I wish they would have been signed him, get this shit over because they're putting us, in my opinion, they putting themselves in a position to where we finna just be trash for a long time.
Well, he gonna get paid more than the TJ Watt.
Yeah. But that's my point. He don't deserve it. He ain't been as dominant. He hasn't been as effective as TJ.
Now, time out. I could sworn that I have been the only one in that group chat that has been critical of Michael Parsons.
You was breaking
And you
up. I don't know if
froze
it's me
again.
or you, but you was breaking up. I was missing some of what you said.
You froze.
I heard
Can
you
you
said
hear?
I
Okay,
could have
you good.
sworn.
No, I said that I
Oh,
could have sworn that in the group chat, I'm the only one who's been critical of Michael Parsons.
no, that's not true.
I
You've
could
been
be
the
wrong,
most
but I know
critical.
I've been
No,
consistently
you've been the
saying
most critical. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and
Now,
I've been consistently saying, agreeing with you saying, yeah, no, he's good, but second half of the season, that motherfucker disappear. I'm with you. He
yeah,
disappear. It's like he get to that number 9, 10, and boy, he just loses his damn mind. He can't
he
do shit else.
his a lot of his sacks to me, uh,
Garbage time.
garbage time or you remember that year a few years back, Zeke got hurt. Yeah. No, I can't remember if it was Zeke or Dak. One of them got hurt, and they was out most of the year. It might have been Dak. And the Cowboy played the Falcons, and they had that dude got 6 sacks in one game, and I don't think he had no more sacks the rest of the year. That's how Michael Parsons be. Yeah, that's how, I mean, not to say he don't get sacks, but I'm saying when I think of guys that are get as much hype as he does. Now he will make impact plays, but I think of guys who make game changing plays often or whatever. Not like occasionally. I can't think of. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of a time where I'm when I'm going back to the days when we was younger, when you played against Bruce Smith, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, and the game is close and your team driving, your asshole be tight because you be like, Lord, don't let neither one of these song guns come off that edge and either get a sack or get a strip sack. You be holding it tight because they done it before. Now with Michael Parsons, I be like, I just assume he ain't gonna do nothing. I just assume he ain't gonna do nothing because I don't recall ever seeing it. I ain't saying he never done it. I'm just saying I don't recall seeing it. I think you might be on mute.
Yeah, I'm saying as a Cowboy fan, it hurts for me to agree with you. He hurts to agree with you. Cause you be like back in the day, we be tight worried about it, somebody get around the edge. Nowadays, I be tight worried about please just let the clock hit and run the fuck out. Because if we keep any time on this clock, we gonna fuck up and get this game away. This gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But yeah, Parsons ain't gonna do nothing in the clutch. He don't. I don't want to see him get that big payday, but he do need to get. He do deserve to get paid. He do deserve to get paid. Just being the highest paid, I would disagree with that one. But on to the NBA. My boy, top 75 of all time, Dame Lillard, resigns with the Portland Trail Blazers, doing exactly what I said last time. Between the 12 and 15, 3 years with a player option. It's on the file. I'm happy for the man.
I need you to pull that up. I know you said 12 to 15.
All you gotta do is go back and watch the pod. It's on
I'm
there.
not doing that. I know you said 12 to 15, but go ahead.
But yeah, man. What you think about him resigning with Portland? I definitely didn't see that happening. I definitely didn't see him going back to Portland.
Yeah,
I thought he
I definitely
somewhere
didn't
else.
see that either. I for sure didn't have that on my bingo card.
I could have saw him going to the Clippers, actually. Not the Clippers, I mean Sacramento.
You know what? I would say this, that now that I think about it, it sort of makes sense in terms of if you would think of anybody who would, like, I hate to say waste money on a player. Then I don't mean that to be disrespectful. I mean, like, if you
Oh,
paying a
it
guy
is
$15 million
disrespectful,
and he ain't gonna play at all, like you coming into the season, you know already right now when he put that ink pen on paper, he ain't playing a minute for you this season. To me, you wasting money. You know what I'm saying? So I think if when I think about it, if you could think of any team that would waste money, it would be Portland. Not because of the organization or anything, but because of what he has meant to that franchise for the most part during his career, except for however long he was the year and a half or whatever
yeah.
that he was in Milwaukee. He had a lot of great moments in Portland. Was kind of standing by the franchise when they kind of, you know what I'm saying, with LaMarcus Aldridge left and they never could. I mean, they had some runs because they got to the Western Conference Finals. They had
They
some
did?
runs. Yeah. Because you remember they got to the Western Conference Finals that year when he hit that shot over Dame. That like
Paul George.
yeah,
I ain't
my
know
bad.
they went.
Yeah. That's what I meant to
I
say.
thought they ended up losing the very next round. I ain't know that they went to West Conference Finals.
Yeah, they went to the Western Conference Finals and lost to
Okay.
Golden State. But yeah, so he had some runs, but you know what I'm saying? He stuck by him even when they never was able to, even when they weren't able to bring a quote unquote another star player in to partner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had CJ McCollum, who's a very good NBA player, probably better than very good, but they never brought in another like big time, like top 10, top 15 NBA player to play beside with him. But probably the biggest reason I'm shocked, I felt like it ended on bad terms. You know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like it ended well. It seemed like there was a little bit of messiness involved when he left and ended up in Milwaukee,
Well, I
especially.
don't know how much messy. Well, I just know he requested to be traded. He wanted to be traded.
Yeah, there was some beef in there, a little bit of beef. You can go back and look it up.
Oh,
I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That was what was reported anyways. You know what I'm saying? That was what was reported anyways. But I mean, it does make sense for Dame to want to sign for a team because in theory, you sign with a team, now you ain't on the hook for all that medical stuff. Now I don't know how that works anyways. My assumption is if you're a free agent, all your medical bills and all that stuff, my assumption is that's on you. Like any extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Milwaukee is on the hook. Like he already had the surgery. So maybe somebody else is on the hook for like the regular rehab. But you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think he's really worried about how much that's gonna cost. He got it.
No, I'm not saying he's worried about it. It's not necessarily about being worried about it. What I'm saying is it's totally different than to be able to just go into to see the doctor every day and them hook you up to all these machines and they monitoring every little thing as opposed to like you don't have 24-hour access to that kind of thing. It's totally different, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Probably agree. I
Just kind
tend
of
to
like,
agree with you.
like
I agree
sometimes
with you.
people think it's easier for us in the military when we're in the military when you got because you got a hospital on post. Well, you could just go right there.
It's
You know what
hard.
I'm saying? But so I think it makes sense rehabilitation wise.
Right.
I would think it makes things a lot easier on him mentally. Not that it was like he's like mentally unstable, but I mean like in terms of it's just something else he don't have to worry about. I ain't got to worry about coordinating the workouts. Where am I going to work out? Who am I, you know what I'm saying? Do they have the right equipment? Do they have this? Is this the guy? I don't have to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I got my organization. My assumption is he trusts the organization. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'll say it kind of makes sense too because that was one of the rumors they said was an issue with him in Milwaukee that he wanted to go back to Portland and rehab anyway to be close to his family. So it makes sense. That's where he wanted to be anyway. So that's
And
cool.
that's
Uh,
go
I'll
ahead.
say real quick. It ain't got nothing to do with anything. But where do you put Dame as far as on the best players in that organization ever in history?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know nothing about Portland, brother. I don't know much
I
about it.
probably got in the top 3 to 5.
Yeah,
He's
he
definitely
probably
top five.
he ain't better than Kevin Duckworth
Man, stop
or my boy
it.
Buck Williams, Cliff Robinson.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I would probably think it'd probably be no orders. Him, Aldridge, Drexler, my boy B Roy.
You got to put the psychedelic man himself. That was his heyday when he was in Portland, Bill Walton.
I ain't got to, but yeah, he can go on. He
But
go on
yeah,
that
you
list
ain't
too.
got to. But I'm just saying that I believe that was when he was at his best, if my memory is correct, and it might not be.
Before he lost all his knees. Bill Walton, Aldridge, Drexler, Dame, and Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy is one of those what if. One of those what ifs.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
With Odin too, Greg Oden. One of those what ifs. But
I'm not familiar with the franchise that well. Let me see if I can look up something. All time.
we ain't got to stay with them. But you know what I'm saying? Back then, they went to the NBA Finals and lost to Jordan. Old Drexler, Porter,
Jerome
Duckworth, Buck
Kersey,
Williams.
bro.
You
But
know
you
what I'm saying?
disrespect Jerome Kersey like that. That's crazy.
I don't know if it's true, but I saw some on Facebook, man, where they were talking about the boy CJ McCullum said he trying to get back to Portland too, to go be back with Dame. I thought that was
He
funny.
do be acting like that. Listen, speaking of this situation right there, and what you say with CJ McCollum, this is my advice to young players out there and really anybody. But since we talking sports, everything ain't about winning when you get to that level. And I know people gonna say, that's crazy. Everything listen, at that point in time, you got a job, right? You got a job. And a lot of these gentlemen have family. So this is just me and me only. I'm not a professional athlete. I never will be. But I'm a man with a family, right? Not making I'm not comparing salaries or none of that. I'm just strictly talking about as a man with a family. Sometimes you have to stay in a position that maybe doesn't give you the best attempt to reach the highest level of your career field for the betterment of your family and your situation. See, because so I would just say for you young folk out there, keep that in mind whether you're a professional athlete or not. Because when Dame, and I don't know how true this is, but when Dame first got to Milwaukee, that was what was being reported because he wasn't playing well right away. Is that I guess he didn't expect to miss his family, and I want to say he was going through a divorce. If my memory is correct, I could be off about it. But he didn't expect to miss his family as much as he did. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I could not imagine. I got my oldest son is 18. Got an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 10-year-old, and an 8-year-old. I couldn't imagine what my life would be like if I all of a sudden had to wake up and knew that I couldn't see my kids at any time that I want to. Now my 18-year-old is different. He's basically he out of high school, so he kind of. But my other 3 kids that are still in school, I don't like. I couldn't imagine what my life would be like. So I can understand Dame saying, "Yo, I want to go back to Portland." We ain't winning no championship, but I don't know. Like I said, I think he got divorced. But his kids, my understanding is correct. His kids still live out there. I'm guessing he was out there his whole career, so his kids are probably established out there. Whatever they do, school wise, any activities, whether they play sports, whether it's a tutor, whether it's swimming, ballet, whatever the hell it is, they got their routine, they got their friends. And sometimes you just be like, as a father, to me, just be like, listen, I'm cool, man. I want to go back over here. I know I probably could go over here, maybe even make more money, and I'll have a better shot at winning a championship. But I'd rather go over here because my kids happy over here. I'm happy over here. And if I don't win a championship, ultimately that don't define me. I would rather be happy as a father and as a parent and have my kids. That's my soapbox message for the night. That's my TED talk. Thank y'all for tuning in. I just made it this morning.
Yeah, I don't know who he made smarter, but all right. See, somebody probably we losing watchers, we losing viewers. But anyway, Bradley Beal, he okays a buy with the Phoenix Suns and say he wants to join the Clippers.
I think he already
I'm
signed.
just gonna say it, man. Bradley Beal need to retire. Sit your ass down. You is not a factor. Bro. Yeah, damn, bro. How people be talking about all the hate KD get. Boy, that boy Bradley Beal get all the passes in the world, boy. Yeah, damn.
Think he get
Boy, sit
past?
your ass down somewhere, bro.
You think he get
You
past?
man, look here. Ain't nobody saying nothing bad about him for wanting to leave Phoenix. Oh,
You want to know
he
why?
good with the buy now, but when they try to trade his bum ass, oh he didn't want to get traded. Oh, I don't want to leave Phoenix. I want to stay here. Or I want to stay in Phoenix with my family here. But now all of a sudden you okay to go to the Clippers. You's a sucker. You's a sucker.
Is that a question or not? You just wanted to kick him in his balls.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? What you think about him joining the Clippers? That's the question. But my thing was just like, but that's crazy that the man wouldn't waive his no trade clause so the team can make itself better, but he want to get a buyout and go somewhere else. Because his thing was he didn't want to leave Phoenix. That's where he wanted to be. But now all of a sudden you okay with leaving.
He do. I think. I mean, and good for him. If you know what I'm saying, he wanted out of Phoenix, and to get to LA. You know, said your infatuation of Irv Gotti and Ja Rule need to stop. I agree with that. RP Irv Gotti. Anyways, Bradley Beal, you know what I'm saying? I think him being, you know what I'm saying, him wanting to be traded. I understand it. I think like what the way I view a lot of these things is that if I were a pro athlete, I would do everything I can to not voice my feelings in the media. Because what happens is when these situations come up where you say, oh, I just want to be here for the rest of my career. And then they start saying, oh, so-and-so is trying to force his way out. Then you look like a bozo. You know what I'm saying? You look like a bozo. And what I really think is happening here is that you are seeing guys who, or a guy who was probably playing, he had great stats, but he was always on, not always. After John Wall got traded, really after John Wall got hurt, he was always on bad teams, but he was doing numbers. And so now you get to see like, was he doing doing numbers because he was playing bad, what I would call bad basketball. And then you get somewhere else where you have to play the right way and you can't produce anywhere close to that. Not to say that he was going to average 30 in Phoenix, because clearly he was going to be the third wheel. You know what I'm saying, in Phoenix. But the question, when I saw this is going to be a topic, the question I wanted to ask you that came to my mind is, are we going to start seeing more situations like this with like him and Dame? I mean, they're not exactly the same, but I consider them to be somewhat similar in terms of this. You have guys who had big contracts. Dame got injured, so it's not exactly the same. I would say Bradley Beal didn't quite work out and didn't produce the way they thought he was going to in Phoenix, and health was probably a part of that. So now they just buy him out and get out of that big contract. Do you see this as something that more teams in the NBA may do in the future? I know you can only use that stretch clause. I think you might be only can use it once. But just in terms of this, like, Instead of trying to trade these guys and all that, it's like, yo, you ain't performing up to this. Let's see if we can buy you out so you can go play wherever the hell you want.
Well, I think they've been doing that for a while, though, right? Especially when players get traded to teams, they just buy them out.
Well,
Like
I'm
we
talking
don't
about
we
the
don't.
guys. Yeah. I'm talking specifically with the guys with these really big contracts.
Okay. Do I
Yeah,
think there's gonna be a?
you're right about the guys. You know, it's always going on where a guy gets traded, gets bought out. But I'm talking about no trade. Like Bradley Beal ain't getting traded. They just like, all right, man, we'll buy you out. You ain't playing like, you know what I'm saying? Do you see that? Because I mean, think about it. We literally just saw KD tear his Achilles a few years ago. Didn't get stretched. We saw Klay Thompson tear his Achilles a few years ago, and did not get stretched or bought out or anything like that. So I'm just curious because I would say this Brad Beal situation might be unheard of, at least in my mind. I could be wrong.
I think there's gonna be a common thing moving forward. No, I don't, because like I said, that's a lot of money to keep giving these guys, just to be buying them out. Uh, let's see, because like I say, he was making a pretty good penny. I'm not sure how much his
He
contract
was
was
on a
left.
max deal. I think he was making 50.
I don't know what his contract was,
I'm about
but
to
as
look
far
it
as
up.
like I say, people with these huge contracts, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the norm because that's too much money to be throwing away. Dame, I think Dame probably gonna be.
5 year 251 was what he was. What he was.
That's what he had left.
No. That was what. So he's making like 50 million a year,
Yeah.
essentially. So,
So I wonder how
but I
many
don't know how
years
many
was
years he
left.
had left.
But yeah, no, I don't see people doing what Milwaukee did today. I don't see that's a lot of money to be given away to somebody. Bradley Beal, even if he had 2 years left, that's still like you say 100 million. That's a lot of money to be just buying out, bro. To get rid of person, you got to be really it. You got to really be have a. You got to really be a problem inside that locker room and on that team for somebody to just give you $100 million to go away. I would assume. Like yeah. I don't think I dislike anybody that bad. So I just give them $100 million to go away. Yeah, I don't like Whitlock or RG3, but if you put me on a show with both of them and it's just us three, yeah, I'm not giving no $100 million just so they walk away.
I
I just have to step that up.
I could have
But
a
you
good
you
TV
take
show
to
with
work and
both
get
of
you the
them.
money. Do what?
I could make really good TV with both of them. I guarantee you, I could.
You will get one episode and the ratings gonna be shit. Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit.
Yeah, they'll watch it to see me act a fool.
But nah, man, I don't think it's gonna become a growing trend because yeah, that's a lot of money we just giving people. Now maybe somebody who's probably in that range where Dame just signed for at 12 million a year, yeah, I can see somebody getting bought out with that. But 50 to $100 million, nah, I don't really see that happening too often. I
I
don't see
think
that happening.
I think they say he gave back like half of it, half of the 50. He must have only had 1 year
Yeah,
left. And then they say
yeah,
he
he
gave
needs
back
to give
half
all
of
of
the
it back.
50.
Yeah, he should give all that back. Retire, my boy. You didn't go hang it up. You
I
done made your
mean,
money.
like
Retire,
if
my
it's in
boy.
your last year and you say, well, I either got to pay you 50 or I can just keep 23 and get you up out of here, I think I take the 23 and get you up out of here. Maybe, but you know what I'm saying? That's neither here. That's, you know what I'm saying? Some
So,
for,
you said a possible NBA expansion. I didn't see that. Where
yeah,
did you
yeah,
see that
yeah.
at?
I thought I put it in the group chat. Hold on. Let me, possible NBA expansion. Oh, okay. It says, hold on, the article coming up. NBA exploring expansion, but nothing predetermined. Speaking after the NBA's Board of Governors discussed the topic of expansion at meetings this week, Commissioner Adam Silver said Tuesday the dialogue about whether to potentially add teams to the league will continue with additional research. There was no straw poll taken on the issue or taken a side, but he described the tone as one of curiosity. Although the conversation hasn't tangibly moved closer to potentially awarding teams, Silver described the latest update as a significant step. What you think about the NBA expanding, potentially expanding? Oh, that I lose. Oh, no, you see
Um,
that.
Nah, I think it's they should. Like I'm one of those ones who think because we've had this discussion before, right? My screen because I was on something else. My screen taking forever to load back up, but we had a discussion before. I think they should because I think they should get a team back in Seattle. I think they should put another team back in Canada. We was also looking for like we had a discussion where we was trying to think of maybe somewhere in like in a central rural area,
What's
not rural,
coming
but
to
central
Vegas?
area of America where well we know Vegas is they're looking at Vegas because you remember we had discussions many pods back where we like this possibly gonna go where they do the expansion. It's probably gonna be 4 teams, gonna be 2 on the west, 2 on the east. So you'll probably get the Vegas team and then get Seattle back on the west. Then you'll probably get a team back in Canada, probably that Vancouver team back. Then we was trying to look where else we can look. Cause we thought about cause we talked about Kentucky. We like you can't get another one in Indiana, but you was like people in Kentucky has a stronghold for basketball up there, like with Louisville and the University of Kentucky.
That's my
So
understanding.
yeah,
Now, whether they got enough money out there, because there's, I don't think there are any professional teams in Kentucky.
it's not. As far as I know of, it's not
Yeah, so they may
that I can
not
think
be
of.
a team that, you know what I'm saying, would be seen as. I mean, not a team or a state that would be seen as being able to. I hate to say afford, if you will, um,
Well, they probably
a
won't. They
franchise.
probably look at they probably don't have the infrastructure. Maybe.
Shit, they got the infrastructure
I
because
mean,
they got
I mean,
nice arenas out there.
yeah.
They got some
Like I
nice
say,
places to play out there.
I think they could do it, but the fact that would they be able to drive enough money there? You know what I'm saying? They probably would be like, not that they don't have the money to pay for it. They just drive enough money to support it. Um, but they would have to have somebody in that area if this is where it's going to go. Because I mean, you can put a team in the middle of nowhere. I would think they did it with OKC. Ain't shit in Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? They did it with
Mm-hmm.
Memphis. Ain't wasn't really much going on in Memphis. Yeah, you got Nashville before it's Memphis. Not it really wasn't none there. They don't need no more basketball teams in Florida. They got 2 already. Well, they got 3 already.
They might could
2
put
or 3.
another team in Ohio.
Why?
Shit, you looking for somebody to put another team to make money?
You ain't gonna make no money. No, we're gonna put in Cincinnati.
Yeah, they are. They got 2 NFL teams in Ohio.
I got that, but I wouldn't see 2 basketball teams there. I mean, there's no I mean, hey man, I don't know.
Listen,
Maybe they seeing
you
something. Of course, they clearly seeing something that we don't see. I just don't
I
see
don't
it.
say
I'd
we.
rather, and when I say we, I don't necessarily mean. Well, hell, they see something you don't see because you're not in those talks. So
No, no,
I
no.
would
I
necessarily.
just brought up. I just brought up Ohio.
No, what I'm saying as far as like where they looking, we don't know where they looking.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
for sure.
that's what I mean. Like they
Outside
seeing
of
something we
the
don't see.
rumor
Right?
mill of
Yeah.
Seattle, and Las Vegas, which people have been
Yeah.
talking about for years.
Yeah.
But I would. I mean, now I don't. I'm not saying that Ohio can or will support a second NBA team. But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is clearly they have 2 markets that are capable of successfully supporting 2 different professional
Extra
sports
sport.
teams. Now, I don't know if that would be the same with
You,
basketball.
I just said, do you think Cincinnati is a big basketball? Will they be support basketball the same way they do football?
Here's the problem with
University of Cincinnati,
Cincinnati.
I guess, but I don't
Here's the
know.
problem with Cincinnati. They have literally they got so many sports available right there. That's probably the biggest problem.
I see.
They
I don't really
have
know about. You
so
got
they
the
got
Reds,
listen.
baseball. You got football with the Bengals, and what else they got up there?
So literally, like right next to each other, like the first stadium when you get off the freeway or get the turn whatever that fucking freeway is, the first stadium right there is the
I've never been
Bengals.
to Cincinnati. So I don't know.
Yeah. So the first stadium is the Bengals. The next stadium
Okay.
is the Reds, and then the
Okay.
next one they got a minor league hockey team. But you also got to remember they got the University of Cincinnati there. They got the
Mm-hmm.
University of Xavier there. And there's another, I mean, Xavier University, whatever it's called. I think there's another university, but I can't think of the name of it. I think there's another Division I university in that, like somewhere in that same area. Don't quote me on that. So there's a lot, and you know what I'm saying. There's a lot that goes on in Cincinnati and Cincinnati ain't that big, and most people probably don't even realize it if you ain't never been there. They're like, yeah, they got 2 D1 programs, major. I mean, the top tier of their sport, professional teams that get good support in terms of, and they both got nice stadiums in terms of the Reds and the Bengals. But I think it's a third Division I school, man. But I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I know Cincinnati and Xavier. But I thought there was one other. I just can't think of what it's called off the top of my head.
Interesting. I wasn't aware of all that.
Yeah.
The only part of Ohio I've ever been to. I've been to Akron. That's it. That's the only thing I know about Ohio.
And they love sports out here, man. In the Midwest in general, they love sports out here. You know what I'm saying? You see them Ohio State football games. Michigan is in the Midwest.
That's Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus is kind of like it's between Cleveland and Cincinnati. Cleveland is a little bit is north, and Columbus is kind of like in the middle. I would say Cincinnati is a little bit closer to the bottom. Yeah, Cincinnati is closer to the bottom because literally you could go from the Bengals game and drive like 15 minutes to be in Kentucky. Yeah,
okay.
the Bengals, since that part of where the Bengals and the Red Stadium is like very close to the Ohio Kentucky border. You can like we stayed in Kentucky. We stayed in a hotel in Kentucky and did stuff in Cincinnati. It was like 15-minute drive, like from the hotel we were staying in Kentucky to the. They got like some aquariums and blah blah blah. It's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do that's pretty close. That's very very close to the Bengals and the Red Stadium down there in Cincinnati.
Cool.
Cold hell out there.
We're gonna wrap this up real quick. Last topic, man. So Bleach Report dropped a list of what they consider to be the top 100 NBA players of all time. Did you see that list?
Probably not, man. I don't be paying them lists.
Man, I'm gonna say this. I disagree with the list. That's me personally. I thought I said it in the group, but guess obviously I didn't. But
yeah, let me just did. I lied. I did see it. I don't remember it, but I did see it because I remember you putting it in there.
20 real quick. Of course, at one. Well, I'm just gonna go down. Starting number 1. They got Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Bill Russell, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Steph, Kobe, Hakeem Olajuwon, KD, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, KG, Jokic, Dirk, Dave Robinson, and Dr. J. That's your top 20 greatest players of all time. Man, I totally disagree with this list, bro. I totally disagree.
You disagree with the order, or you think some people in that top 20 that shouldn't be in there?
I'm just looking at the 100 in general. There's people on this list that should not be on this list, bro. But if we want to just look at the top 20, I disagree with the order and some of the people in the top 20.
Let me pull this up. I'm listening. I'm just gonna try to find it in the group chat.
No, I'm gonna send it right now. That way you can pull it up real quick.
I remember you sending a list.
But yeah, so for me, I'm looking at the top 20. Just going at the top 20, right? Okay, I give you 1 and 2. I may argue with number 2, but I give you number 2. Jordan, LeBron, your top 2. Got it. My personal opinion, 3, 4, and 5 are incorrect. Kareem, Magic, and Bill Russell are not the next best players of all time. I disagree. Top 10, I'm not ready to have Steph as the top 10 of all time yet.
If you ain't got it yet, he ain't gonna make it.
No, he can still move up. He can still make it. By the time he retired, he can still make it. Yeah, he can still move up. It's hard for me to put him there while he's still playing, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool. I think KD, and I'm a Kevin Durant fan, but I'm not putting KD as number 13 best player of all time. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing that.
You know what? I would agree with you with that.
He's not.
I honestly, in my opinion, it's not quite the same, but KD is like a more efficient and less polarizing version of Carmelo Anthony.
I'd have to sit on that.
You froze again.
Now I'm saying I have to sit on and think about that before I can agree or disagree with that
I
statement.
mean, I say that in terms of like when you think of KD, you think of scorer. Not to say he don't do anything else, but you think of scorer. When you think of Carmelo, you think of scorer. The biggest difference is
Carmelo is one of the best scorers in NBA history ever.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Yeah, I can argue with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you think of Melo, you think of score. When you think of KD, you think of score. But the way they viewed it is differently because KD has obviously been much more efficient throughout his career than Carmelo Anthony has throughout his career. What the hell, bro?
This list is crazy to me because like I said, I wouldn't have KD at 13 all the time. Jokic isn't the 17th best player of NBA history. He is not. He ain't.
That's an interesting one to me, man. Yeah,
it's too early for him. And then what was like for me, which is probably a slap in the face. And people say because I'm a homer, right? They got him ranked higher than Dirk Nowitzki on all time lists. In my opinion, he is not better than Dirk Nowitzki.
I mean, I agree with you. I think the reason he ranked high is because he done won 3 MVPs, right? Is it 2 or 3?
3, I believe. Shit, he might be at 4.
Nah, he ain't won 4. I think that's probably why he ranked higher than Dirk. And he much more versatile than Dirk.
Now, I will say this. If he keeps on his trajectory the way he is, when he retires, would I say he's probably better than Dirk? Overall, yes. Because he gives you way more like far as with the assists, you know what I'm saying, than Dirk did. But and the triple doubles. I'll say with the assists and the triple doubles.
I think like when you started to talk about that, I started thinking, Dirk one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
Maverick or non-Maverick. But I started to think like, how would their games and how they're perceived be different based on the era that they played in?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Dirk was in,
he had Usher in that big man shooting.
Right. But most teams weren't like playing around that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't playing around having a big man on the perimeter. The Mavericks were, obviously to some extent, because he was for a very long time he was their best player. But now you are in a league where everybody plays like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The pace is faster, and Dirk was a hell of a shooter. I mean, so but when Dirk played, the only guys who was putting up a bunch of threes a game were the guys that was literally their only job was to shoot threes. Now you got like if you're the best player on the team, you got to be shooting 6 or 7 threes a game. It seemed like that's what you know what I mean. So I just wonder like if in terms of like if Dirk played in this era where they used the bigs more to initiate offense, or maybe Dirk just didn't have that in his wheelhouse. I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't rocking it. They got Giannis higher than Charles Barkley. Yeah, I ain't buying it.
Like now Giannis is one of them dudes that I don't think Giannis would have been as good in a different era.
Definitely not, because he can't shoot consistently.
I don't even think to me it's not even about the shooting. Well, yeah, okay, you're right. I do think that plays a part in it. But I think the biggest reason is the biggest advantage to me that he has is his physical strength. And you don't see as many guys in the NBA now who want to bang. Yep. Versus you go back to some of those other eras, even in the 90s, where you had a bunch, you know what I'm saying? You playing to get dude like Otis Thorpe, you know what I'm saying? Bill Cartwright, Anthony Mason, these big body, wide body dudes. You know what I'm saying?
The Davis boy.
Yeah. Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams, my boy Popeye Jones. He would have been cooking Popeye Jones. I ain't gonna lie. He'd have cooked my Popeye Jones with my boy, man. He'd have cooked Popeye Jones. Popeye Jones and Randy White, he'd have been tearing there.
Will Smith.
Doug Smith was so trash. But yeah, hey, Dick Moller. I just want to let y'all know that the era where everybody's shooting all these threes and playing fast, the Mavericks used to play like that under Dick Motter. They were just sorry as hell. Like most, hey, listen, but there was a point where Jordan McLeod was getting busy in the league for the Mavericks. Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah, that was shit. Tony Dumas had some 50-point games.
My boy right there,
Yeah,
Tony Dumas.
couldn't stop treating
This list
nose
has
or whatever.
Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden, and Steve Nash all ranked higher than Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I thought that was crack rock right there.
Y'all stop it. Stop it.
That was crazy to me.
They got Clyde Drexler on here at 39, Pat Ewing at 40. These jokers got Anthony Davis as number 45 of all time. They got him better than Kevin McHale. Man, y'all smoking dope.
Hey, Anthony,
they smoke.
How many championships Anthony Davis won? One?
One.
Yeah.
He's one of the most overrated players of all time.
Listen, I'm still the biggest snub to me is putting Russell Westbrook over Paul Pierce. Maybe I'm just a homer. I ain't even like.
You know, I was going on Westbrook next. Can I see him over Paul Pierce and Dominique? The old school player in me would say no, but we got to be real. We're gonna be realistic, all right? That man is averaging triple double. What, 4 years now? 3 times? That dude is an all time great, bro.
Well, I'm not. I ain't arguing that. I'm not saying he's not an all time great.
He need to be over Paul Pierce. Only thing Paul Pierce got over him is that chip. Now, the truth was a baller. I ain't gonna knock it. You know what I'm saying? Truth was he was that guy. But he wasn't doing what Westbrook was doing, bro.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly. But this is what I'm gonna say. If you want me to, if I had to start a team and you said who you gonna pick, Paul Pierce or Russell Westbrook, I would never think twice about picking Paul Pierce. Never. That's just me. Because I don't like, and maybe this may be too much of like this may be too much of like me looking at it in terms of like coaching. You know what I'm saying? And not just like how good is the individual player. Because I look at it like this. To me, Russell Westbrook, he is, in terms of like what I've watched, I've never seen anybody play harder than him that I could think of off the top of my head. Maybe Dennis Rodman. Okay, yeah. Maybe Dennis Rodman and Allen Iverson. But other than that, I don't feel like I've ever seen somebody who, like, it don't matter whether they winning, whether they losing, whether they up by 40, down by 40. He go play as hard as hell regardless. I've never seen anybody like that. That being said, I don't think the brand of basketball he plays is a winning brand of basketball. Like, you can't, to me, you can't win championships with him as your best player. That's just my opinion. Not saying that I'm right, but I don't think you can win championships with him as your best player because of his style of play. And like, the good part of him is also the bad part about him.
I would kind of agree with that. I think it's possible only if you have like a 1A, 1B situation. If he's just a clear-cut best player, yeah, I'll agree with you. You're not going to do it. But if you had, like, say, like how you had with him and, like, KD, I think it's possible. I think it's possible in that aspect.
I think that's why it never worked, because he thought they was 1A and 1B. To me, that's almost like saying you equal.
Yeah, true.
I would say, this is me. I always thought that team would have been better if they had said, listen, Russell, we love you, man. You play hard. You're a hell of a rebounder. I ain't going to say you somehow – I wouldn't consider Russell Westbrook a great passer. I'm not sure how I would describe his ability to get 10 assists, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's a great passer. That sounds kind of stupid, though, to say he's not a great passer and he averages 10 assists so many times.
Not really, because I get what you're saying, because I've always said the same thing about Luka. Luka will get assists, but his assist is normally to somebody who's right there at the goal. He's not getting somebody open. You know, like he's throwing the lob for you. Or he's driving and then just kicking it to you when he don't need to. He's forcing assist.
You ain't seeing no vision or nothing. It's like, all right, he double team. I'm kicking to the wide open guy. That's, just basic basketball. But
that's the same thing I said with Luka.
I always thought I thought that Oklahoma City team would have been better off if somebody would have said, listen, Russ, KD better than you. And even if KD is not better than you, in the eyes of this franchise, he is our number one guy, not you.
I'm with you, but I'm not to cut you off. I'm still looking at the list, and boy, I just had a fucking one that just pissed me off. They got this motherfucking Luka Doncic, number 57 all time. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't think so?
Ain't no Luka not even top 100 of all time. Stop it. He is not.
You don't think so?
The man has been in the league like 6 years, bro. 6, 7 years.
I would agree with you.
He's done nothing to be on this list, bro. Nothing.
Bro, Luka been first. I think he been first team All NBA like 4 times in 6 years.
Bro, that's media driven, bro.
Okay, you're right. I give you that. That's true. That is true. You're right. I give you that.
And this is what I tell people about that.
I give you that.
How he's going to be first time All NBA when he's never been the top 2 or 3 point guard in the NBA. Never. At no point in his career so far has he been the top 3 point guard in the NBA.
He's been the top player, top 5. Then you know what? That's interesting. I don't know how to describe
Since
that.
he's been in the league, Steph Curry has been the best point guard in the NBA.
Yeah.
Kyrie has been a better point guard. Chris Paul has been a better point guard.
I'm going to disagree with you about Kyrie.
Shit. Kyrie's a way better point guard.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one.
I think Kyrie's a better player.
Yeah, I got to disagree with you on that one.
Shit, no. Only thing that Luka has over Kyrie is rebounds, and that's because he's bigger. That's it. That's it.
I would say
anything else, Kyrie tear his ass up. You put them in a 1-on-1, Kyrie gonna smoke his ass. He gonna cook it.
But this ain't a 1-on-1 game. I would put money.
Contest, listen, Kyrie win.
I would bet my life savings probably, right? I would bet every dime I had that Michael Beasley could probably beat 99% of the NBA in 1-on-1 on a consistent basis right now.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, right now I would bet that. But Michael Beasley don't know how to play 5-on-5 basketball the right way, huh?
I'm not going to say that. I think he can. I think he was given a raw deal, man.
I mean, possibly, but he was part of the problem. He's part of his own problem. But I mean, Luka better than Kyrie to me.
No, the fuck he ain't.
I mean, yeah, because here's what I would say. If you take Kyrie,
better than Rodman.
Yeah, Pau Gasol, I almost slapped his. Yeah, Pau Gasol and Dame Lillard not better than Dennis Rodman. No disrespect to them.
Hell, Joel Embiid. So, but you okay with Luka being higher than Dennis Rodman and Joel Embiid?
Nah, not Joel Embiid. I mean, now it's hard. Now, I will say I'm biased about Dennis Rodman, so I may be viewing him like something different.
Honestly, he don't get the credit he deserves. Dwight Howard, they got him at 52. I think he need to be higher.
You can make an argument for that.
Melo at 60. These motherfuckers like Gary Payton at number 53.
Say,
man, stop.
Melo, you know what? He an interesting dude because I feel like Carmelo is like a hooper's favorite hooper. You know what I'm saying? But in the NBA, in a lot of, I feel like in those media, like NBA circles, they don't really see him like that. But the hoopers love Carmelo.
I think the NBA players do see him. I think it's the coaches who don't see him that way.
That's why I said NBA media. I wasn't talking about the players.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the players, the hoopers respect Melo game. They know what it is. But I feel like he don't get the credit, you know what I'm saying, like that he deserved. Because, like, can you say that, like, at the end of the day, individually, was Ray Allen better than Carmelo?
Ray Allen?
Yeah. That'd be tough. It's a lot closer.
Ray Allen, my guy. I would put Ray Allen high on that list.
But I mean, it's closer than what you would. But because the youngsters, a lot of people just think of Ray Allen when he was old and shooting.
They know him from Miami.
Yeah,
they don't know
Milwaukee and Seattle. Ray Allen.
Yeah,
who was out there getting busy. It was dog thing. Bob McAdoo.
Man, these motherfuckers got Draymond Green higher on the list than Joe Dumars and Bernard King. Man, y'all smoking dope.
Wait, time out. Why is Manu Ginobili on here?
Yeah, I saw that too. I just went past him.
Yeah. Manu Ginobili, really? Tony Parker?
Bro, I'm a Butler fan, but ain't no way Jimmy Butler is a top 100 player of all time.
Nah,
Klay Thompson, damn sure not a 100 player of all time. Hell no. I will put fucking Bill Lambert on this motherfucker first.
Adrian Daniel.
Jason, man, put it. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Jason Tatum, Klay Thompson, all of active players, and ain't now one should be on that damn list for top 100 of all time. That's just my opinion, though.
Tatum?
Yes.
Chauncey Billups, I respect Chauncey. He ain't no top 100 player of all time. Now, but I can't say who I would replace him with.
Man, I'm just seeing disrespect. Outside of, hold on, I need to scroll back through this list again, but I ain't seeing enough Dallas Mavericks on this motherfucker for me. I see Dirk.
I mean, who else
I see
supposed to be
Jason
on there?
Kidd.
You think Roe Black?
You got that right, Rolando Black supposed to be on this motherfucker. Roy Thompson need to be on this motherfucker.
Yeah, you think Roe Black, they gonna put James Donaldson on this? Yeah, nah, Roe Black ain't gonna make this list, dog.
Derek Harper on this motherfucker.
The Mavericks went to the Western Conference Finals, I think, back in Roe Black day.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Mark Aguirre on here?
I had to scroll, but I don't see it.
Nah, he ain't on here. Benny
Man,
Johnson. They got Joe Dumars on here.
Joe Dumars should be on there.
Man, hell no.
Hey man, don't be disrespectful. Now I'm not saying he need to be higher. Joe Dumars is right where he need to be. in the low 90s. Yeah, Joe Dumars need to be there. You know what I'm saying? Joe Dumars was that dude, man. He's that dude.
Let's see. Where was Oscar? Okay, he on there. Let's see. Let me see who they left off this list. They got John Havlicek on here.
I thought I saw his name.
Is he on here? Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, he number 31.
Oh, okay. Let me see who at the bottom.
They got Chris Paul better than him. And Giannis. Man, come on, stop.
Dave DeBusschere, Bill. They got Lenny Will, Bernard King. Who the hell is?
And that's another thing, man. Some of these old players, man, y'all gotta stop living in these damn nostalgia area. Players that got ain't no goddamn Dave DeBusschere supposed to be on this goddamn list.
Bitch Richmond.
Yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way he supposed to be on that bed. Where Chris Mullin at? I don't see Tim Hardaway. I thought I saw Tim Hardaway though.
Tim Hardaway was better than Joe Dumars, wasn't he? He definitely was better than Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili.
Yeah. I put Barry Davis on this bitch before I put Klay Thompson.
Let me see. Who else there? Brad Daugherty was a hell of a player.
Man, stop.
He was. JoJo.
Now, granted, he's a long time ago, and I just say what I said about old players. But, bro, they crazy as hell if they got Pistol Pete Maravich at number 77. And you got people like Dame Lillard, Luka, James Harden ahead of him, Anthony Davis. Man, stop it.
They need to put Sean Kemp on this mother.
It was said Sean Kemp.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, this list. I mean, it's
I'm surprised they did go y'all on here.
I always think like these lists are hard to make, man, because
Rajan Petrovic should be on this list.
I don't know about all that. He wasn't in NBA long enough. I think these lists are hard to make.
Yeah, they got Luka on there. He ain't been in the mother for 6 years.
Yeah, but Luka being one of the best. Well, I mean, it's hard to argue against Luka being on there, man. I mean, I understand everything. I don't disagree with much of what you're saying about
Luka is not a top 100 player, bro.
But it's hard to argue against it. Now,
no, it ain't.
I can say I can understand you said 57 is crazy right now, this early, but or whatever number he was, 51, 57.
Bro, they got Luka higher than T-Mac, Melo, James Worthy, Vince Carter, Dennis Rodman, Robert Parrish, Chris Bosh. Man, come on, bro. Stop it.
I mean, if you just looking at I don't want to, it's hard to say.
Man, you got Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson.
Man, Larry Johnson ain't no damn top 100 player of all time.
Yeah, he better than Klay Thompson.
No. Man, Luka accomplished a lot, man. But again, you can
okay, let's be real. Take away all this media giving awards, which is your first team all NBA. Take those away from it. What the fuck has Luka done?
The Mavericks been in the playoffs. I think every year no, they didn't make it. I lied. That 1 year they didn't make it. I know for sure they didn't make it 1 year. They might have been more than that. They've been to the Western Conference Finals twice, excuse me, and they've been to the finals. And that's in the first 5 or 6 years of his career. I don't know how long he's been in the league. That's pretty damn good.
He's been in the league like 6 years. Bro.
And
Luka,
and to top it off,
nah.
Again, I know you can make the argument that his stats are inflated. I won't fight you there. I'm not going to say anything about whether his stats are inflated or not, but he does have production to back it up. Now, it's not exactly the same as Russell Westbrook. I'm not going to say it's the same, except for he's shown a propensity to be able to win at a high level, even though he don't play nowhere near as hard as Russell Westbrook. It's not even close. Like he would look like he don't even
being all his team had. Granted, Luka, for a good point, he was probably quote unquote the best player on the team. He went nowhere when they didn't have another dog help leading the point guard with him. Yeah. Every time they had Jalen Brunson when they went the first time, he had Kyrie the second time.
Well, who don't want it all? It ain't nobody has won the NBA championship without other good players around them.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that motherfucker shouldn't be no 57. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I can't, I understand your argument, especially when you talk about he hadn't been in the league for very long. I understand that. But I could also see the argument of somebody saying, like, yo, he been, like, kicking ass and taking names since he came into this joint.
If we was drafting, starting the NBA team, you could pick a point guard throughout history. Any point guard you want. You probably gonna name at least 10 to 20 of the motherfuckers before you pick get the Luka.
Me? Nah. It depends on how I build my team out.
I don't give a damn how you build your team.
For me,
Luka is not
matters.
gonna be your top 10 points.
It matters because, like, Luka is useless if he ain't got the ball in his hand. So if I'm not gonna pick Luka to play with Jordan because Jordan might kill him.
I ain't picking Luka to play with nobody.
Well, I'm gonna pick Luka to play with some folks.
I ain't.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Could you imagine Luka and Shaq playing? That'd be some out of shape.
Shaq would slap the piss out of Luka.
Out of shape ass team.
Shaq, that's gonna last 1 week. Before Shaq,
I think they'll work well together.
No, they won't, because Shaq gonna slap him.
He slap
Kobe. Kobe gave him the ball too when he needed to, and when he wasn't getting the ball, he went to Phil. Shaq, the first time Phil called the play and tell Luka get Shaq the ball, he don't. Hey, play call to me, give me the ball. He comes Shaq, jump up another logo 3. He's slapping fire out of Luka.
Hey, listen, Akeem Olajuwon better than Kobe Bryant.
Hey man, this old head show, and we gonna catch y'all on the next go round, man.
Dirt, and there won't be no feminization.
Holla, man, holla. This dude crazy.